Talking Dicks. Hello and welcome. Hi, Al.
Is this volume, what number? Do we know what number we're up to yet? Or 19?
This is volume 19. Yeah.
Look at, we're slogging through.
We
man.
really are. And the only reason we started the Talking Dicks was because of the pandemic. So I think we should keep it going once a week when we're done with the pandemic, but I want the pandemic to be over with. So twice a week is starting to annoy me because it reminds me that we're still very much in a pandemic.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I think it'd be cool, too, when we're working again and we're in different locations and we could do an episode each time, but be like, where are you, right? You know, the background will be different. Where are you? And be like, oh, I'm in Europe. I'm in Minnesota.
That'd be cool. Instead of using a green screen, we'll use real backdrops.
Yeah,
like a
I mean,
balcony somewhere in a hotel at the Hampton Inn in Fort Lauderdale.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for building more to that.
Or Flo's Motel in Saugus, Massachusetts.
Closed.
Flo's Motel. It's closed. Oh, that's right. Flo's did close.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no. Was that what was the last name? Flo. I forget.
Flo from
Flonase.
Flonase, and there's also Flo from the insurance company.
Now here's a good question.
Progressive?
Just thinking of that.
My mind is fried.
Yeah, I think so. But would you? I mean, she's a multimillionaire, so take that out of it. Yes, we get it. Shit. But I mean, think about she was a comedian, improv actress who went on an audition.
That's all. And that's all it takes.
But now she can never do anything else ever again. That's it.
She has done a few films. She's been in films, I should say.
No, but you know what I mean.
You know what?
She's Flo.
She probably gets picked up at her house, brought to the studio.
I understand all
10
that.
minutes away.
I'm saying
she's Flo.
You're not. But I understand.
When she was younger, she did some stand up. She did some improv because my neighbor Brad, who was an actor. Well, all right, I hijacked you. Go ahead.
My question, sir, is that do you think that is fulfilling to her? She is a multimillionaire, but she is Flo, and this girl never wanted to be Flo from Progressive for the rest of her life.
I would say, my opinion, it's different for everybody. She's accepted it, maybe, perhaps, but also after spending, it wasn't like she moved to L.A. and she auditioned and all of a sudden she's Flo. She spent years grinding it out. My neighbor Brad, who since moved away, confirmed that he knows her well, and
I just wonder,
put holes through all my stories. He's like,
well, no, it was taking a life of its own. I had to chop it. Go, hey.
I hope that she's happy with what she's done so far in life, but she did a lot of improv stuff and such, and did other commercials.
I would say no. I would say she's not, but then she looks at her app and her bank account and goes, well, okay. But I don't think fulfilled. I don't think this girl dreamed of being Flo from Progressive.
Probably not. But I will.
And that's who she is. You could be in a movie,
she's
but
Flo
she's not in a movie.
From Progressive, and that's all there is to it.
That's right. She's Flo.
She's Flo.
Yeah.
And her bank account is flowing over.
It is flowing. It's flowed. It's very progressive.
She's a millionaire with an M. With an M.
See? Right. See how good that joke. It always works. It can always come back to it, and I think I told you last week that I'm doing a gig in July. I have 3 gigs in 1 week.
Holy shit!
In July.
Well, you better contact the unemployment office and let them know that you're making some coin.
And on the other hand of that, there's no. I'm not really making any. It's the money is it's inconsequential.
Yeah,
but I'm doing.
I'm supposed to report residuals from voiceover.
Yeah, are you?
Well, yeah, I'm going to hand it in, and they'll deduct that from whatever I get. So until my full pay comes in, I want to get every money. I put in nearly 40 years into the system. If I can get 3 to 6 months to cover my ass, so I can get my head above water. Yes.
Have they said how long the 600, the extra, the PUA, whatever,
the
is
600
going?
goes, I believe, till the end of July.
Yeah, that's got to be.
And then they have to find out if they're going to renew that or not.
Yeah, we're not going to be back at work at the end of July.
No, it's going to be rough. I'll be thankfully I've saved up some money, so I was able to cover my ass. But I was really enjoying this money come in because I was blowing through the savings. I was just it was going out. But
yeah, it's nice to have money coming in. I was looking at some pictures before we turned on the cameras here in the merch room, and one of our listeners, our regular viewer, would these be listeners or viewers? I guess viewers with the vlog, right?
Yeah, this
viewers.
is a viewer thing, but they can also listen to it.
True. One of our viewers is my old buddy Jim Manelli.
Jim Manelli, former radioman. Was he? He was in the Navy with you. That's where you met.
Yeah, it's like, you're never really a former, you're always a radio.
He's a radioman.
Yeah.
But he's a retired police from the Boston something.
Yeah, corrections officer, and he came down when we filmed the Two Dicks, when we were at the firehouse. He came and, I don't know, hung out. He just hung around. I think he wanted to be an extra, and we didn't give him a role.
We were so...
I think he was looking to be an extra.
We replaced two of the actors the day before, so we were stressed out.
But anyway,
but Jim Manelli he's also one of our herf pals, and he joins us for our cigar smoking sessions.
We were herfing yesterday, and there's... Look at old Jim in 1985.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, no, move it over. There it is. Wow.
1985.
Pull it back a little bit. Just pull it back. Look at that.
Very Springsteen.
Yeah, Springsteen.
Very Springsteen. In fact, he sent me a picture recently of my car that I had when I was in the Navy, and we loaded up the hatch with beers, and we went to see Springsteen in '85 at Hampton Coliseum in Virginia.
Holy crap.
But look at Jim, very influenced by
the boss.
A little born in the, and a little long hair for the Navy.
For the Navy, that was pretty long, yeah.
I find that haircut a little long, and that was a bulletin board that was in my room.
Back it up. It's a little blurry. There we go.
And those are my pictures. I have nudes all over the bulletin board.
Those are nudes?
These are all nudes.
Are you in the nude?
Of myself. These are nudes of myself.
The good thing they're out of focus. We just lost 40.
How dare
we just lost 40 followers right there. Here's a picture. I have a picture too, as well.
Oh, really?
I have a picture. This is me in Amsterdam. I used to go to Amsterdam some 15, 18 years ago, and and here's me. I had a couple of draft beers, and I went to McDonald's, and I didn't have enough money.
I can't see that picture. Oh, there.
I didn't have enough money to get a Happy Meal, so I had to do what I had to do. I'll show you. He's on a separate camera, so I'll show him.
I see. Okay. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. Aldo's a different Amsterdam than a lot of guys who might have done hash and prostitutes. Aldo's McDonald's and a couple of brewskis, Just a nice kid from Cranston.
A nice boy from Cranston.
Boy. That's right.
Well, we hope everybody is dealing with. I think we're in phase 1 here in California. You guys are. What are you in Florida?
We're in phase 5. We're open.
They're open for business.
We're open for movie theaters. Open, for God's sake. I mean, we have movie theaters.
You can get a haircut around the corner. They opened up a couple of restaurants, and some of them are doing the every other table. And we saw people out and about. A lot of people didn't have masks on, or some people had them underneath their chin, but they're eating, so why would you? And I'm not ready to do that yet, but I'm easing into it. It's good to see it happening, and I hope we're full-fledged, open.
You let us know when you're ready, Al. And
America wants to know.
Yes, when Al Ducharme's ready. Well, we want to know when you're coming out, if we could say. Hey, you know what time it is?
Is it time for
questions?
Yes.
I can't wait. We have a couple of questions today.
We have a couple of questions, one better than the other. This one's not so great. This is via Instagram. And it says, hey, guys, Desert Island Discs. So, remember that show? There was a radio show where they would talk to you and say, basically, I think the premise is, and I could be wrong, but I think the premise is, stranded on a desert island, what's the record? Let's do it 1 instead of 10. I think it was 10 records on a desert island. You got to bring one CD, one album, whatever you want. Desert Island. Who do you got? Desert island disc.
So a desert island or a deserted island?
I don't think. Does it matter?
Tomatoes.
There's not going to be electricity either way, so we can't even play the goddamn.
Well, maybe it's a solar battery and it's a little DVD player or CD player. A concert or?
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Gee.
Okay.
One, that's a tough one. I know yours is going to be Beatles.
Well, probably. I think mine would be. I would probably do the White Album since it's a double album. I can get two.
White albums matter.
Oh boy, is that racist?
I don't know. Do we have to edit that out?
It's called the Beatles. The album's called the Beatles.
The White
It
Album.
just happens to be a white. Oh Jesus!
Don't say White Album.
Now we're. No, God damn it! Now we're all screwed. I have a bootleg.
Is it politically incorrect to call it the White Album? Because there was no name. There was no name for it, right?
See, well, it was called the Beatles, but
It was.
That's on the album. But nowadays, I don't know. I can't say anything. I mean, look, I have a bootleg, and it's the White Album, but it's black, and it's called the Black Album. And can you imagine that? You know, I can't. I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't tell people I own the Black Album.
We're gonna take a little break right here. Hold on a second.
Hooah!
Excuse me?
Oh,
Okay, we're back. I
don't own
You
it.
have no idea.
I
He
bought
has
it.
no idea what I'm going to show right there.
Oh, I can only imagine. More pictures from McDonald's in Amsterdam. So yeah, I would pick the White Album for my Desert Island disc. How about?
And white's not even a color, so you would pick the non-pigmented Beatles album.
Sure. Is that how I have to do it now? Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Whatever. I don't care. I want to go back to work, so I'll say whatever you want me to say.
I don't know if this is. This is what I thought of first thing. There were some older kids in my neighborhood. They were a few years older than I was, and they would go to college and they'd bring back their music. So I would listen to a lot of their music, and they were playing Peter Frampton live.
Ooh, Frampton Comes Alive.
Yeah, Frampton Comes Alive, and I loved it. So, remember he had
Of
the
course,
tube,
the talk.
tube going to the guitar.
Tremendous.
This looks
Recorded at
obscene.
the
This
Cow
looks like I'm
Palace.
trying to be blue, but I'm not. Steve Smith, I'm not trying to be blue.
Well, I think you weren't, but by the third time doing
Yeah,
it, you definitely were.
I
I think it was recorded at this Cow Palace in San Francisco, and the opening of the album, he goes, "Hello, San Francisco."
With the British accent.
Yeah. I had that album and played the shit out of it.
So it was a pretty good call, wasn't it? I'm sure there's better
Great.
ones if I had more time.
Nah, it's a good one though. That's a solid Desert Island disc. All right, and what's the next? Let's get to another question.
One more question, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
All right, this is from Mrs. Ducharme.
No, she won't take my name.
Like,
She will not take my name, although it's on our marriage license. It's Bernadette Pauley, or Bernie Pauley is her stage name as a comedian. Won't take my name.
Can you
Won't
blame
do
her?
it.
Can you blame her? Honestly,
She's communist too. I had no idea. Revealed that after the marriage.
How did the two dicks meet? The characters, the two dicks. How did the two Desert Island dicks meet?
Didn't they meet?
How did they
meet
meet?
at the police academy? No, because
No.
you're more seasoned when I come in. So you're a couple years ahead of me at the police force because they're detectives. They're regular.
I was already on the detective force. Then you joined. You were very naive, very eager, and I broke you in with naps and whiskey and bourbon and.
I was by the book, clean cut.
By the book.
Didn't curse.
Yeah.
Hey,
You can see
Bernadette,
the
can
first-
you hand my service revolver in the top drawer there for me?
The first episode or two, you're
Closer to that.
You have your notebook. You're taking it
Thank
seriously.
you, darling.
You know.
This is actually Al's 38 Special service revolver, and you have my late father's World War I model Roscoe Model 19 right there, 45 cal. Just so you know.
Yeah, man.
We should have a shootout to end this episode.
All right. If you look at though the early episodes, the Ducharme character, the detective, is eager and young and
Green,
a bit
a little wet
naive,
behind the
green,
ears.
and then he makes the change. He makes the turn and becomes a little bit different. And and hopefully we'll see another episode someday. I don't know. I don't know at this point what's going to happen. I know half
I'm not
the
discussing
episode is
it. I'm
done.
not discussing it.
I know half the episode's
I
done.
had
It's
problems.
in the can. You son of a
Let's have a
bitch.
let's go out with a bang and do a little practice
All
shooting.
right.
Don't
Hey
hit
now.
it.
Hey now.
Shoot around me. Shoot around me.
Ready?
Yes.
You got it. Two grown men.
Two grown men. Adios.
Subscribe.